Unfortunately, there's no light source here. So the sign language interpreters say we're going to wing it. When you have no materials, we're just going to go. So first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone for coming out to help Empire Interpreting Service celebrate 5 years in this economy. That is a big yay. So I'd like to begin by thanking some special people. First of all, Michael and the staff at the OM, is this like the coolest place ever to have a party? And they've been fantastic, so thank you to them. Thank you to Tracy Higginbotham, who owns 5 Star Events, who's been our event planner, who helped us take this vision of having a multicultural event to celebrate Empire Interpreting and bringing you all here to this wonderful event. So wherever Tracy is, thank you, Tracy. Yay, Tracy. And all of our artists and musicians, some of them that you have not yet heard, that you will in just a minute, and some of them that you have, like Kip Opperman, who's one of our own, who was playing earlier.
Yay, Kip!
And Carissa Widger, who's my director of spoken languages, for all her incredibly hard work for putting together the musicians and the artists and the artwork and the late nights that we were going through slides trying to figure out what pictures to print out. Thank you very much, Carissa.
Thank you, Carissa.
So I'm not going to talk long, but I did want to explain a little bit about why I wanted so much to do this multicultural event. I'm a sign language interpreter, as people know, with a business background. That's how Empire Interpreting Service started. But I grew up in a very small town about 30 minutes south of here. And when I grew up, no one spoke another language. Everyone was the same color. Nothing was multi-anything, except when no one was looking. My grandparents were American Indian Sioux. My dad's family came from France. And I can remember specifically my parents telling me, because there were some Italian immigrants in our town, which was kind of okay to be Italian, but not French, and especially not American Indian or French, to tell people because you look dark and you have dark eyes that you're Italian. And my uncles spoke French behind closed doors. And I can remember in my grandparents' house there being a painting of my great-grandfather in full Sioux headdress that was covered up by my uncle's army picture, because we weren't to tell people that, and we weren't to speak those languages. So I am so excited to actually be part of this multicultural event where people can really celebrate diversity, and that's why this is so special to me. And I also want to thank all the people that believed in Empire Interpreting from the beginning, to my dad, who gave me the original idea that said, quit complaining it's not being done right, go out and do it right. To my husband, who took on all of our personal financial responsibility for 4 years so that I didn't have to pay myself and I could keep putting the money back into the business. And after 4 years, I finally do take a paycheck, by the way.
You deserve it.
Thank you. And to the people that supported me, you know, CFCU, our credit union, who I went to one bank after another, who slammed the door in your face and said, where's your husband? We need him to sign. Where's this? You know, what do you mean interpreting? What's that? And CFCU out of Ithaca, and now they're in Cortland also, opened their doors to me. They have been incredible over the last 5 years. They've given me lines of credit and mortgages for our building in Homer, and they're still being supportive to us. To this day, they even gave us an award today for being a customer, you know, a 5-year customer. So yay to CFCU for still believing in me. To my attorney, Jim Barnello, who's here somewhere, who's always looking over the contracts and making sure that he has my back, although he always says, Terry, you worry too much, because none of you know I'm a control freak. So I have to say thank you to all of those people. To Steve Chirillo, who I forgot to mention in my column, who's my marketing guy, who's amazing and puts our name out there, and everybody says, how come Empire's always in the news? It's because of him and Jay. And I thought it would be interesting for you guys to know, when I went to CFCU 5 years ago and showed them my business plan, that my 5-year goals were this: to be moved out of my home office in 5 years and have 2 full-time employees, to increase our pool of interpreters to 65, and that we would have 25 contracts or more, which we've now had over 400. We now have 4 offices. We're in New York City, we're in Charlotte, we're in Homer, and we're in Syracuse. We have over 200 interpreters, 8 full-time staff, tons of consultants. We do document translation and website translation, which we hadn't even thought of. And a lot of the reason that we're here to celebrate are those people that made that happen. My amazing staff, starting with Stacy Short, who's my CFO, who started out as my receptionist. Yay, Stacy! To my CEO, Jay Weeks, who took this idea of let's move to Syracuse, and in 6 months our sales increased 63%. To Carissa Widger, who Director of Spoken Languages, who took that idea of I think we should do spoken language interpreting, and a lot of you are here today, wherever Carissa is. Our office manager, Tanya Cheeseborough, who's in our Homer office, who's constant, she's like the workhorse, loyal person. I love her to death.
And super friendly.
Yes, she is. To Trevor Slater, who is our Charlotte person, who does he does all our social media marketing. So we're all over the web, and we're recruited a lot of you people, and everybody knew who we are. Yay, Trevor came all the way from Charlotte. And those of you who don't know, I became an interpreter because he is my kid who was born deaf a long time ago before the ADA, and is now had surgery when he was little. He hears pretty well now, but he's another reason that we're definitely here today. And our administrative assistants that keep both of our front offices running in Homer and in Syracuse, Corinne McHugh over here, and Heather Fox. So I want you to know that I feel incredibly honored to work with the interpreters that work for us. The interpreters that started working with us when we first opened, and there was a few of them that I went back and looked to see, was Amy Lynn, Ginger Williams, Amy Sacalario, Jennifer Drew, Marika Larson, and Tracy Story were the ones that were with me in the beginning, that believed in me and said, we want to raise the bar. And you guys totally have, because everybody knows that you are the best. You have raised the bar when it comes to the standard of what interpreting is in our industry. And I am really honored and privileged to know you, and every one of the interpreters I have some kind of personal connection and story with, and I think that that's what makes me love to get up every day and go to work. So I probably forgot something, but I just want to, again, thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a fabulous time and enjoy the music and party and eat. Thank you so much.